Story 17. The Ambulance Driver's Encounter. Texas, Fort Worth area. Assalamu alaikum, RJ Vishon. My name is Kevin. I study pharmacy at a university in Texas. This story happened to a driver named Ray Andrews, who used to work for a pharmaceutical company. He once drove an ambulance for 3 months, and this is what he saw. In 2013, Ray was living in Dallas. One day, a friend from a medical college called, "Can you take a body to Fort Worth?" It was a young woman who had committed suicide by poisoning. Ray and his helper, Ethan, picked up the body at 6 p.m. and started driving. Back then, there was no direct bridge over the river. They had to take a ferry. After passing through Midway, they crossed a bridge called Tara Bridge. Suddenly, Ray felt the van become incredibly heavy, as if it were pulling 35 miles per hour, even though the speedometer showed 85. Then Ethan shouted, "Look, sir, a huge black dog is running beside our van at the same speed." The dog kept pace at 90 miles per hour. Ray told Ethan to play Qur'an recitation on his phone and keep praying. They reached Fort Worth, delivered the body, and started their return trip around 12:45 a.m. On the way back, Ray needed to relieve himself. He stopped by a rice field. In the darkness, he saw a figure in a white sari standing a short distance away. It was glowing faintly, like radium, and weeping softly. He called Ethan, who also saw the figure but heard no crying, while Ray clearly heard sobbing. They got back in the van, but the rear wheel got stuck in sand. A passing truck driver helped pull them out. They crossed the ferry and reached the Midway bus station around 3 a.m. As soon as Ray turned off the ignition, all the van's electricity died, including the light where the body had been. They went for tea. When they returned, the stretcher, which had been empty, now had a figure lying on it, covered in white cloth. They called the tea seller, who also saw it. He said, "Don't touch anything. Lock the van and wait for Fajr prayer. If you leave now, you might have an accident." They waited until dawn, prayed, and then drove back to Dallas. Ray never drove an ambulance again. Those 3 months were the most terrifying of my driving life. Ray also told another story. In 2018, while working for the same company, he drove from Memphis to Gainesville at night. He knew the road well. There was only one straight highway. But after passing a certain junction, the road suddenly split into 3 identical forks. He stopped the van, splashed water on his face, lit a cigarette, and looked again. The road was normal. He never understood what he had seen. If you have a true horror experience of your own, please send it to rjvishon@gmail.com.